We do want to update you because there's a lot of action going on right now on life in the House of Representatives. Again, for people who question Kevin McCarthy's commitment to conservatism, especially the core issues like life, just listen to us here on what's going on in the House.
Well, I mean, yesterday, Mike Johnson, our friend from Louisiana, congressman, introduced a sense of Congress resolution condemning the recent attacks on pro-life facilities, groups, and churches. Because that, it fell out of the news, but it's been a huge issue. Jane's Revenge, all these other groups. And this is a national issue right now because they're trying to close down the crisis pregnancy centers. I just be clear on that. That's the front line of defense on the life issue, and they're trying to close them down. And what's interesting here is not only is the congressman getting the sense of Congress resolution on the floor of the House, which is great, first couple of things they're doing, but we've got cases literally from coast to coast.
Yeah, absolutely. So his concurrent resolution condemns those recent attacks. It recognizes the sanctity of life and the important role that these pro-life facilities and groups and churches play in supporting pregnant women. And it calls upon the Biden administration to actually protect them. But we know how important these pro-life groups are, and we represent them. In fact, after the leak of the Dobbs decision, when these pro-life groups were attacked viciously in many cases, we have been in talks with pregnancy resource centers.
Listen to this, folks.
From California, Oregon, Washington, Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia, Michigan, New York, Pennsylvania, Vermont, and Iowa. And in fact, right now, we represent 4 in New York, 3 in Pennsylvania, 1 in Vermont, 1 in Iowa, and we're talking with 3 others for legal representation right now.
So, folks, the ACLJ is on the front and center on this issue of life, and the Congress comes back and they are putting forward this concurrent resolution condemning violence at these pro-life crisis pregnancy centers, pro-life resource centers. At the same time, ACLJ Action is taking action as well.
That's right. We've got an email went out last night, and it will go out today. If you didn't open it yesterday and you're on the ACLJ Action email list, that's acljaction.org, because the House is taking a vote today on a Born Alive Act, which is interesting because there is no federal protection right now for babies that are born alive during botched abortions. So the House is going to take this vote. It will be, again, I'm sure it'll be pretty party line. It'll be tough to get it through the Senate, but we're starting to get this legislation, starting to put the markers down so that when you have changes in the Senate or in potentially in the White House, you are taking the steps in a post-Roe world to make sure that there are those protections. We see some of these protections in states.
Yes.
In deep blue states, they do the opposite. They kill the baby after they're taken out of the womb. Remember, we had that with Ralph Northam in Virginia. So this is very important. We're asking you to go to ACLJ Action, and we've got the tool in place. You can contact your member of Congress to let them know in the House of Representatives to vote yes on this legislation to protect babies who are born alive. And again, that doesn't cost you a thing. Anybody can go to ACLJ Action and take time, take just a minute, and get involved there.
It is shocking that in 2023 there is no protection federally for children born alive during an abortion that didn't terminate the life of the child. None. No constitutional protection, no statute. I would argue constitutional protection because it's personhood. But statutory protection here, you would think that would have been, who would object to that? But they do.